In terms of interview, so the next step we're looking at is interview practice. I have a couple of tips about interview. So first of all, I would say that Australian interviewers, interview questions are likely to be what we call behavioural-based questions. It's highly unlikely, it doesn't mean to say it won't happen at all, but it's highly unlikely for you to get a very specific knowledge-based question. So they're very unlikely to ask something like, can you tell me the exact mechanisms of this particular drug, what the side effects are, what the contraindications are? Can you interpret this ECG rhythm for me? It's more likely to be things like, what are your strengths? Why would you like to apply for this job? Why would you be a good candidate to work for us? So I would say really take the time to think about that. Think about you as a person and as a nurse, your strengths, things that you're good at. And on that note, I would just add that I think in all cultures, we have been kind of raised and brought up from the time we're little, where someone says, look, don't go around bragging about yourself. You know, you can't go around telling people how good you are at this and that. But this is an interview. It's not real life. So have a think about it. What things am I good at? Maybe even ask your colleagues or your co-workers. You know, it might be a strange question, but what do you think I'm good at? Because I think you don't want to get to that interview and they say, tell me about your strengths. And the person goes, I just think that's not a good look. So, yeah, take the time to think about that. So in addition to behavioural-based questions, the other common questions are scenario-based. So scenario-based questions are things like, can you tell me about a time that you managed this? Or what would you do if this situation was to arise? So I'd say they're the most likely questions. Try and incorporate your experience as much as possible. And I would just say that keep in mind a new graduate nurse can answer a question with the theoretical knowledge of what that answer should be. An experienced registered nurse can give the theory, but plus say, you know what, I have done that and here is what I did. So try and sort of think about those things when you're answering the question.